Jess Gutierrez.
Good evening, Board President and Board members. Jess Gutierrez from Port Hueneme. I'm going to introduce myself, and it's for the benefit of the Board, but more so for this attorney here, Jack Parham, who was here when you presented your press conference in reference to this total mismanagement of the meals program in the district. Mr. Parham was, and I have the mic, so today you're not going to be able to shut me up. I am a 52-year resident of Ventura County, graduate of Oxnard High School. 3 kids graduated from Oxnard, 2 from Oxnard, 1 from Channel Islands. My daughter had the privilege of sitting in that same chair that Christina is sitting in right now. She was the student body representative for all the district. Michelle Gutierrez, I think 1985-86, if you want to check that out. I was a substitute teacher at Oxnard High School for about 3.5, 4 years, and also at the adult ed. And I have 4 brothers and sisters who graduated from the district, and right now approximately 25 to 30 nieces and nephews, graduates of or currently attending this district. So I have a vested interest, in case you want to know, Mr. Parham, okay? You disrespected me, you disrespected board candidate Mr. Alamillo, you disrespected your own board member here when you were up here monitoring this dog and pony show of this press conference you had here a few weeks back. Why, Mr. Valles, as president of the board, you did not get up at any time? I don't know. You, as the president,
This forum is not to argue.
the forum is, it says public speaking. Don't start with me. Don't start with me. It's a forum to talk about what I want to talk about, not what you want to hear.
No,
allow me to continue.
Let's have respect.
Allow me to continue.
Promise me you have respect to everybody in the audience, please. Have respect.
Allow me to continue.
I'm asking you, respect the people in the audience.
I'm respecting the people.
Okay.
He did not disrespect me. I'm just telling you, he disrespected 3 people. Thank you. Okay? Coming back to this investigation, it's beyond me how $5.6 million mismanagement disappeared. Not disappeared, excuse me. 5.6 that this district has to pay back to the government for total mismanagement. I don't want to make things up. I don't even want to paraphrase. For those people that never had the opportunity to attend the meeting, press conference, and or read the story in the Star Free Press, I just wanted reasons or possible motivations in reference to this independent audit that was made of this district, this program. And there's 2 lines here that I want to read. Possible additional motivations as to why this happened. Allows for additional food purchases which could be used for sale to others or used in side catering businesses. And the last one, overpaying vendors, which allows for the possibility of kickbacks. There's also an amount of $350,000 of receipts of cash money that still hasn't been accounted for. The teachers in this district last year, if I'm correct, they took a pay cut of 3%. I think this year is 2 point something. During the press conference, the superintendent and your representative was asked, where's this going to come from? I hope that before the election, that somebody comes up and explains in detail where is $5.6 million, where is it going to come from? How is it going to be paid? Are these teachers going to continue to take hits in their fee, in their salaries? You know, I go through your website and you have all these board policies here. Political activities regarding employees, all kinds of board policies that you, and then I listen to these comments. I'm also with a group, so I got 10 minutes. And I listen to these parents, concerned parents of Camarillo, all these promises that have been made and never kept. We were here when we were told you weeks ago that Mr. Benefiel or his representatives were actually on school time pressing people to contribute to his campaign. And we know it was happening because we got proof. It wasn't strange that a few days later a memo came out by your superintendent in reference to not to do that. Well, there's already a policy. The folks knew. It's the continuation of this arrogance. You just heard from a Camarillo parent what you did. I look at this beautiful chart you have here. All of a sudden, 3 weeks before the election, all these promises you made all these years, and 3 weeks before the election, oh, here's a beautiful picture. This is what we're going to do in Camarillo. I mean, this is ridiculous, ridiculous. Underhanded promises, scheming, scandalous, pandering, and then you talk to individuals that you know support your ideas.
What group are you representing that you want 10 minutes?
LULAC.
So you representing you, Mr.
He's a member of LULAC, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Before I finish, you heard Mr. Kim. Mr. Kim is the individual employee of this district that came forth and told you about what was happening in this district, the mismanagement, the way things were being handled. It took you a few years to take up the cause, and eventually you started an investigation, and finally you admitted that there was, and in the words of the audit, total mismanagement. People were not supervised, poor training of your district staff. Mr. Kim was here doing this press conference. He stood up. And then he said, nobody's interviewed me. They've interviewed this auditing company, interviewed, God knows who they interviewed. They didn't interview the man that brought forth the problem to this date. That day, your attorney, the attorney that represents the district, told him, talk to me after the meeting. He's still waiting for somebody to interview him. We know that this investigation is not over. There's money missing and possible criminal charges. Possible because there's money involved. In closing, I think one of the problems is that you just don't listen. Two of you work for re-election, you, Mr. Vice, and Mr. Benefield. For those of you, Mr. Valles, 16 years in the board, running for another 4 years. Mr. Benefield, you just got on. Mr. Stock, 17 years. 37 years. 37 years. That's a lot of time. But if we count the time that Mr. Stocks, Mr. Benefield, and Mr. Carter have been around, somehow either teaching, coaching, administrating, or being on a paid basis like Mr. Benefield as a consultant, 113 years in this district. 113 years. I would be embarrassed, Mr. Benefield, Mr. Valles, that in the scandal, the largest scandal, corruption, crisis, $5.6 million, I would be embarrassed to even put my name up there that I want to run again based on your record. What a record. What a record. Thank you.